Sammy's red hat deep in the distant forest. There was a bountiful apple orchard where optimistic fox family lived. Among them, the youngest fox was named Sammy. Unlike other young animals, Sammy had a very special hobby, collecting all sorts of hats. Whether they were round, pointed, big, or small. As long as it was a hat, it captured his attention. Today, Sammy was celebrating his 7th birthday. On his birthday wish list, there was one special wish to have a red hat. This wish might sound ordinary, but to Sammy, this held a special significance. In his favorite storybook, the main character always wore a bright red hat for adventures and problems. Sammy dreamed that one day, just like the main character in the storybook, he could wear his own red hat to go on adventures and solve the forest's scariest challenges. On the morning of his birthday, Sammy's mom and dad came with a small package, their eyes sparkling with anticipation. Sammy excitedly opened the package to find a bright, eye-catching little red hat inside. His heart raced, and a smile unlike any other immediately lit up his face. Sammy put on the new hat and excitedly jumped around the house. His parents smiled at him and said, "Sammy, this hat is a gift for you, but it also comes with a mission. You are to use this hat to complete a special adventure." Curiously, Sammy blinked and asked what mission. He couldn't wait to find out. On the other side of the forest, there is an old, withered tree. It used to be the tallest tree in the forest, but now it needs help because its hollow is filled with rainwater, making it difficult for it to grow. You need to go there and use this hat to help drain the water. His dad said with a smile the next morning. Sammy wore his small backpack and new hat and set off into the depths of the forest. He jumped over streams, climbed over rocks, and along the way he met his friends, Tina the bird and Phil the mole. He excitedly told them about his mission and invited them to join the adventure. Tina scouted the route from the air, while Phil knew the underground paths well. They helped Sammy navigate obstacles until they caught sight of the edge. The tree was indeed tall, and the water in its hollow seemed particularly turbulent. Sammy hesitated for a moment, but realizing that his red hat was not just for looks, but for completing a mission, he gathered his spirits and began to think about how to use the hat to remove the water from the hollow. He tried using the hat as a bucket, but quickly realized that it wasn't feasible. The hat was too small, and there was too much water just then. Tina proposed an idea. We can use leaves and mud to build a large trough and use it to channel the water. Sammy thought this was a great idea, and with the help of their forest friends, they immediately began gathering materials and constructing a simple trough. With the help of their forest friends, Sammy bravely embarked on his first environmental mission, using his red hat. As the work progressed, Sammy and his friends found that completing this task wasn't as simple as they initially thought. They had to overcome many sudden challenges. The trough they built partially collapsed due to the soft soil and rapid water flow. Sammy felt a bit disheartened, but the encouragement from his friends lifted his spirits. Phil dug a deeper channel, while Tina observed from above to guide Phil's digging more accurately. Sammy was responsible for carrying branches and leaves to reinforce the edges of the trough. After much effort, they repaired the trough and successfully began to divert the water out of the hole. During their work, they encountered other forest residents like the clever Lucy, the owl, and diligent Benny the squirrel, who also joined in to help. Lucy used her wit to point out the best path for the water flow, and Benny brought additional building materials. A small environmental task turned into a united effort for the entire forest. Sammy's red hat became not just a simple decoration, but a symbol of courage in everyone's hearts. Their collective effort rescued the small creatures living in the ancient tree, leaving Sammy feeling immensely proud. Through this experience, Sammy and his friends learned how to cooperate to solve problems and realized that even the smallest individuals can play an important role in protecting the environment. Their efforts gradually helped restore the original vitality of this area's ecosystem. As the task neared completion, Sammy and his friends noticed that the drainage effect was excellent. The water level in the old tree had noticeably dropped. However, just as they were about to celebrate, dark clouds filled the sky. Thunder roared, and a sudden downpour hit the forest. The rain quickly flowed into the hastily repaired trail with a force far beyond their expectations. The trough started to develop leaks, and there were signs of further collapses. The water rapidly surged back into the tree's hollow. Watching their efforts possibly go to waste, Sammy and his friends felt anxious at that moment. Sammy had an idea. We can use my red hat as an emergency bucket to control the water level. Sammy quickly took off his hat, and everyone followed suit, using their own gear to help contain water and repair the trail. Amid the torrential rain, they worked tirelessly, fearing that any drop of rain might once again endanger the old tree. Sammy and his friends showed incredible teamwork and determination. Soaked to the bone, no one complained. They knew that every small contribution made a difference in protecting the forest. After a strenuous effort during the relentless rain, they not only successfully redirected most of the water, but they also quickly and effectively reinforced the trail. As the rain gradually ceased and the first rays of sunlight pierced through the clouds, they were almost too tired to stare. But they saw that the old tree had been given a chance for rejuvenation. Their hearts were filled with immense satisfaction and contentment. After the storm, Sammy and his friends gathered under the old tree, watching the clear water flowing gently from the repaired track. The water level in the hollow had visibly dropped, and the roots of the old tree could finally breathe in fresh air. Everyone was exhausted, but content at that moment. The old tree seemed to feel the love and care around it and began to sway its branches slowly, as if thanking every little friend who had helped. Sammy touched the trunk, feeling its life force recovering. Through this experience, Sammy and his friends learned a lot. They understood the importance of cooperation and how each of their unique skills played a role in Tina's vision, Phil's digging skills, Lucy's wisdom, and Benny's resourcefulness. Each ability was indispensable at the same time. They realized the power of nature and the fragility of the environment. This adventure was not just a simple task, it was a vivid lesson in environmental protection. Each animal, because of this experience, became more concerned about their living environment, realizing that even the smallest actions could have a huge impact on the environment. Looking at his red hat, although it was wet and a bit worn, Sammy knew that it would be his treasure forever. Not just witnessing his growth, but also representing his love and responsibility towards nature. He was determined to turn this experience into more actions to continue protecting and caring for every tree and leaf in the forest. As time passed, the efforts of Sammy and his friends gradually bore fruit. The old tree fully recovered its crown, became denser, and new green shoots grew beneath its branches. The forest's small animals were drawn to this transformation, coming to seek food and shelter under this tree. Sammy often wore his red hat, and along with Tina, Phil, Lucy, and Benny went on adventures in the forest, looking for places that might need help. Their story inspired more young animals to join the ranks of environmental protection. At dusk, Sammy would sit at the base of the old tree, gazing at the starry sky in his heart. He knew that as long as they continued their efforts, this forest place he called home would always be full of life and hope. In the days to come, he would continue to wear his beloved red hat, protecting the forest that had given him countless joys and challenges.